No, she's early on the recording. Hi everyone that is attending. I'm Katie Grayling, Director of Product Program. And tonight we are going to go over some cookie reporting and distribution and some transaction in eBuddy tonight. And since Gina Spray is on the line and she put her troop number behind her name, we are actually going to use her troop as a troop tonight in eBuddy. So we are going to use her troop. So I am going to share my screen here.
Full disclosure, I haven't uploaded anything.
Well, I checked it first.
Okay, thanks.
Jordan, do you see eBuddy? Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so everybody now has cookies, and now it's like, oh my gosh, what do we do? So the first thing we have to do is figure out girl delivery. And so the easiest way to do it is do not do anything in digital cookie. There are reports in digital cookie that you can run as a troop. I would not suggest doing them. Do all your reporting all through eBuddy. Because everything that is pushed over to eBuddy is what's going to be counting. Girl delivery transactions do not push over until eBuddy until a caregiver approves them. So if you're going through digital cookie and pulling reports from there, they're going to show all the orders. And then when you're doing transactions into eBuddy, those orders, all of them aren't going to show up yet because they're not been approved by a parent. So when you're doing transactions, always do all your reports through eBuddy. So when you're in your troop, this is going to be your troop dashboard. You will go over to your reports tab. In reports tab, you're going to scroll down to the DOC reports. The report that we suggest everybody use is the DOC orders by girl. You will click the filter button. In here, if this is the first time you're running this report for the year and you haven't given out any girl delivery boxes, you do not need to put a date range. But if you're doing this for an addition, like a second time, please put the date range in from the last time you pulled this report to the current day of whatever date the day is. And then you'll just get the current report. But you'll always click the function delivery and delivery plus donated. If a consumer purchases cookies that are on the same ticket that has a donated cookie and girl delivery ticket, and girl delivery and donated on the same order, if you do not click that, those orders would not show up on this report. So always just remember to click delivery and donated. And then you're going to click the package button down here. You're going to hit the Excel button and you're going to get a report pop up. I'm going to pull it over here. And this troop has a lot. So if your troop didn't have a lot of orders, don't panic, but this one has a lot. So this is the way I do this. I will make this so it all sees on a screen. I would take it and put just insert a line in between each girl. The donated column, you do not do anything with that because those automatically get pushed over to eBuddy no matter what. So don't worry about anything in the donated column. And I would just auto sum all of Blair's cookies up. So this is everything Blair needs for girl delivery. And I'm going to write this down real quick. $31, $16, $2. So for a total of 92 boxes. So once you have Blair's figured out, you would then go to your girl orders tab. You're going to click on Blair. So in Blair's transactions, you're going to see here's her donated boxes. So those come over and they count. The boxes count and the money counts. So anything with the delivered, so anything DOC delivered just comes over as the cash. The money comes over, no boxes. So we have to give credit for those boxes. So what we would do is do a plus order and put in the comment up here, put DOC and then put today's date. So we ran this report on 2/4/25, just so you can remember. So the next time, like what day did I run the last report? And then you are just going to fill in her boxes. Okay, so it's 92 boxes. That's what she had on her report. You do not put any money here because that is already accounted for in her account. And you're going to click save. And then it'll take you back to your girl orders tab here. And now Blair has completely zeroed out. So she now has credit for all of her girl delivery boxes and everything that she had. So those girl delivery boxes, those are what she needs from the troop to fill everything that's outstanding. So they're all going to be right here. Now, if you give the girl cookies outside of that, if she's going to sell still door to door, you would do the same thing, just do add a transaction. And I would just put in hand cookies, put in what you're giving her, and then hit save. I'll just say we're giving her a case of each. I'll delete this transaction because it's not going to mean anything. And hit save. So now this means you have given Blair what she needs for her girl delivery. And then you have given her cookies that she is going to sell door to door. Okay. So now she does have a balance because she owes for cookies for these door to door cookies. Now, if she continues to get girl delivery orders, you as a troop leader can tell the parent now she needs to fill her girl delivery orders out of this. Out of the boxes she has, she can do girl delivery and in-hand orders. So then her money will start, those cookies and those orders will start being accounted for. Does that make sense? So to give for the first 2 weeks of girl delivery when nobody had cookies was this. From here on out, you can give her cookies and then say everything needs to get filled out of this. When you're out, you come back and you can get more. Or we have some troops that do everything through digital cookie and don't give out this extra cookies for in hand, and that's perfectly fine too. It's just how you want to operate your troop. So that's how you would add a girl's transaction if she's doing something in hand, and this is how you would account for anything girl delivered.
Katie, would she have on digital cookie with those in-hand cookies, would she plug it in to digital cookie as an in-hand order also? Like
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And do
Yes,
in-hand orders come through here as I guess it would be like DOC in hand?
it'll come in the same way
Okay.
as the deliver, but it'll say in hand. If Jordan on the back end, can you find me a troop that has in hand orders?
I do.
And it'll come.
803.
You do, Leanne?
Yeah, Audrey does. 803.
Okay. It'll come in the same way with no boxes associated, but the money will show up.
Okay.
So either way you do it, it's going to come in the same way. So like Leanne's troop, I know how Leanne does her troop. Everything has to go through digital cookie, and then the girls come back and get cookies. So like Leanne doesn't do this in hand, like she doesn't give them unsold boxes. So it's how you want to operate as a troop. So those are those two options. Let me go ahead since Leanne has, I'll show you what an in-hand order would look like on a transaction. Yeah. So girl delivery, and then here's an in-hand one. So the in-hand orders are when like you're face-to-face with the consumer and they're doing the digital cookie app on your phone. Girl deliver is when the consumer most of the time is doing from the link or a QR code or an email. So that's what they'll look like, the difference of. Does anybody, while we're on here, have questions about girl delivery orders?
So we're only going to be clicking plus order when they take the cookies out of my house. Like, so we're only gonna come back and do plus order. What is plus pay plus DOC payment? Anything?
Okay, so I don't do anything with, let me go back to a girl. Hold on, let's get this go up. Plus pay is if they have an outstanding balance to you. So say, Leanne, your troop won't have it. So let me go back to that other troop I was in.
That'd be if they're paying cash.
Yes.
Okay.
So like Blair still says she has a balance of 756 down here. Now, if she's going to come in and say she's going to make a payment, You would put in the date of the payment and then she can put your payment in. The plus DOC payment, now Jordan, correct me, but that's gonna be what you're due at the end of the program when you're gonna do your troop site, right?
That is correct. Yeah.
I would recommend troops not doing anything with their troop site until the end of the program. But that's strictly up to you. But that is moving money over. That was like online payments, booth sales, but that's what that is. But you're going to be moving money from the troop site to the girl because you're going to be moving money out of this troop. But it doesn't affect anything if money's sitting here. You just know that those are online payments from booths. Does that make sense?
Yes and no. I guess I'll be the only one to speak up. Oh,
Well, hold on.
yeah,
No,
because I have a
Jordan-
question about that booth thing. Because I have,
It would
Yeah.
factor in here, right, Jordan? If you would put that you got digital cookie payments, troop site. Okay, so if you're at a booth and you have, sorry that I correct myself. If you're at a booth and you know you had $56 paid online and you're doing your booth recorder, you're putting in your stuff here, and you know you have $56 paid, you're going to put it here, and that's going to move that money out of that troop site and account it for when you're going to distribute. So you wouldn't do anything with that DOC payment. Correct me, Jordan, or did I say that correct?
Kinda.
Okay. Jordan, you go.
So go back to the girl orders tab.
Okay.
I'm trying to think of a troop. So that troop site, you can collect direct shipped orders through that troop site, or you can collect donations as well. So that's when you would really use that DOC payment to allocate out those cookies to the girls to like spread out the wealth, basically. Katie, there was a troop earlier. Hold on, I can find it real quick. And
Hey, Jordan, you can look at 325. I put in a booth today.
Let me look. Perfect, thank you. Those are just payments. Hold on.
I used the payment function on there, that digital cookie money thing, because I wasn't sure. And then it has the BIF, which is my question today.
It did it
Katie?
right. I mean, that's what it's doing. It equals it out.
Yeah, so go to troop 56. And you can see that there's 10 donations right there.
Oh, okay.
So when you click on that troop site and you click on distribution, it's essentially going to look like a booth sale where you can distribute out those cookies to whoever you want. So if you want to give just 111 to everyone, that's fine. If it's supposed to go to one girl, you can make it go to one girl, but there's really nothing you need to do as far as the DOC payments under the troop site. It's just there to keep everything.
So mine didn't distribute, Jordan. My BIFs didn't distribute on 325. Because I did 10 at Walmart on 2 shifts, and Andy's I did 10, and they didn't distribute. Because when I went into girl orders afterwards, they weren't in there. So I went in and manually put them in there.
Hold on, Katie.
So that was
Oh, I
my
see what you're
question
saying
tonight.
because this booth didn't give you the.
And it didn't for my Walmart ones either, because we should have 30 boxes of donations, and they didn't pick them up. So that was my question. I don't want to jump ahead to anything. but
No. We'll actually write this down and send this out to Little Brownie and see why that's not moving over to that one. So troop 325. Check. Because that should mark them as they're donated.
Yeah, so I just manually added them all to each girl. I just dropped them all and distributed them on their
Okay.
girl orders.
We will get an answer for that one.
Thank you.
Okay, I feel like hold on, before I forget, I need to go back to 151 and take rid of that order before I mess a troop up. And there is nothing that you can put in here that you cannot undo. So like I put this order in and I'm like, oh, I messed up. You can always go in and just delete it. So if you think something's just looks funny and you just want to start fresh, you can start fresh. Everything you can delete except for there's lines that you can't, they're locked. You can't delete. But if you just want to, there's sometimes Jordan and I just want to refresh. Let's see. If you, and I'm going to bring this up, if you are a troop, we'll go to this troop. This troop gave credit out at initial order, which we highly ask not for anybody to do this. So say if this was your troop looked like this and that this girl did not take the 108 boxes and that needs to be changed now, the only way that you can change it is you would go to your girl orders. You would go to the girl and you have to do an add order, but you would do all negative numbers to make her order, her account correct. So if you did give cookies out at initial order per girl, the only way to fix it if they did not take that exact order is go in and do negative orders through here. And then I would put a comment in here, put initial order correction. So it's fixed. But if anybody's listening and they did do that, please don't do it again because it'll just makes more work.
Katie,
Okay, so yes.
you can also do the negative transactions like that if you are accepting cookie returns from your girls to put back into your troop inventory. So you can just add a transaction and then -5 Thin Mints if that's what they brought you back. So that way it keeps track of everything for you and they'll put it back into your troop inventory.
Let's see what this girl order summary will tell you. So right now, your girl totals right now, this troop, the girls have credit for 322 boxes. The troop altogether, this is small print and I know it's small. The troop order right now with everything the troop has ordered, it has 1,564 boxes and a difference of the 1,242. So that's meaning there's 1,242 boxes that need to be allocated out, that can be allocated out to a girl, or you have unsold. That's got to be flexed around. Now, every year, no matter how good you are in record keeping, and Jordan and I have tried this, and I don't know where the numbers get messed up sometimes. But don't panic if one number down here is showing that you have a +3 adventurefuls and you're -3 lemons. Don't panic, but you just can't give more boxes than you have credit for. So I think it's with the flexing of direct ship sometimes, but the inventory itself kind of gets messed up, but don't fret over that so much. Just make sure you just can't go over and above. But just don't panic. If those numbers are off, sometimes they're just off. Okay. And then, okay. So say you need more cookies, we're going to walk through. If you need cookies, you would go to your transactions tab. You will go to plus an order. You are going to select your cupboard. We are going to go to the Belleville cupboard. You're going to click the date button. Any of the green buttons on here is when she's going to be open. You'll click that and it'll open up her time. You pick a time And then you put in her orders. Anything grayed out at the time is she is currently out of stock of. I'm waiting for her next delivery. Our cupboards do get stocked weekly. The only thing they will not be stocked on, is to be the Toffee-tastic. But everything else will be stocked throughout the year. But at this point, right now, she has marked off that she doesn't have tree rolls, do-si-dos, and Samoas and s'mores. But don't panic, she will be getting those. It's not an end of the story for those cookies. You would put your orders in and then you would hit save. If you are doing a troop to troop transfer, these always get confusing for everybody, but you would click this troop button here. You would enter the troop number. So this needs to be done by the troop that is giving away the product. You would enter the troop number you're giving them, and remember, it always has to be a 5-digit number. So zeros in front of the troop number. Put the day in that you're giving the cookies out, and you would put the order in. You're going to remove the product from your inventory. So it's your troop inventory, and you are giving it to somebody else, so it's going to be removed. And then you would do that and then hit save. So that is how you do a troop to troop transfer. And there's nothing that we would do with the service unit, and there's no need to do any of these buttons up here. So always keep everything on normal. Any questions about transactions?
How do we get, maybe I missed this, I was late. How do we get the inventory for the girls to update in digital cookie? Everything I've looked at online says you go through girl orders and then you hit inventory up at the top. And all I have is a booth button. And then up there where it says,
It'll be, I think it says DOC now.
oh, it does now? Okay, because mine just said booth,
Yeah,
but I haven't looked at it tonight.
Yeah, it should be DOC. The dashboards always, the dashboards were an issue last year in Digital Cookie. I would make sure if eBuddy is correct, that's what we need to go by.
Okay.
I know caregivers get upset when their dashboards don't reflect correctly. But tell them like eBuddy is correct. You can refer them like this is what your girls have credit for. But sometimes those dashboards are just glitchy, and they do take up to 24 hours sometimes to update.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Okay. But it should be the DOC button if you're in there and if you want to click. You don't have, again, it's just, hold on. It should be the DOC button. I can't even click the right thing. It should be this DOC button, and it should move that transaction over to eBuddy, the DOC.
Hey, Katie.
No, Jordan's gonna correct me. Hold on. Jordan's gonna correct me. She's got a face on her.
The DOC button's only for us. They don't have access to that.
Okay, never mind. You guys don't see this.
They just have booth, like Kathleen was saying.
Okay, hold on. Let me get to what a troop sees. Sorry, ladies. Sorry, everybody watching this at a later date. I will ask where the inventory button is. Hold on.
That would be great. Thank you so much.
Yeah, I will ask where it was because it was there last year. But I remember last year, didn't it show up late, Jordan?
I don't even remember.
There was something funny. I'll find out, and we will send an update on where that inventory button is. But just reassure your parents, make sure eBuddy's correct, but reassure them that like it's correct. The dashboard is just the dashboard on Digital Cookie. It's a pain.
Katie, on the transactions real quick, back on those with like the transferring and everything. So whenever you transfer cookies to another troop, I had to do a few of those and it was all being transferred to me. So is there, I mean, because I was expecting to get some sort of like approval for them to like be able to dump it, like to put it on mine. Like, could we get maybe something added? You know, I mean, like, that I'd be like, yes, this is okay to put into my troop. these cookies, I mean, I don't think that there's going to be any kind of, foul play or anything, but I was just like waiting for it to accept it, I guess. And I really didn't know. And it would just be kind of, I don't know. I was just like confused on how to navigate that. But you just cleared all that up by showing us. But I just didn't know if there was anything for like to approve.
We'll put that in the suggestion thing for Little Brownie, because we fill that thing out all the time.
Oh, great. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, right now there isn't anything. So if you know of ones coming in, just make sure it's done right. If it's not done correctly, you can always either call the other troop leader or call us and we can change it, and make it correct. But, yeah. And make sure if you're receiving them in your transactions, let me go to all transactions. If you're receiving them, if you are giving the cookies away, you will have a negative number. These are all positive, so they're adding to your troop. If you're giving them away, it would be a negative number. So that's a quick way to look to make sure the transaction got moved the correct way. Okay, cookie exchange. We have a cookie exchange tab here for everybody to use and utilize. On here, if we're halfway through the season, if you have extra cookies, you can put your cookies in here. I would always check this box. It includes my phone number. So then when you have, if you're searching for cookies, it gives the contact. So this troop has 10 cases of adventurefuls. Already they're wanting to give up. And that has their phone number and their email address. You would contact them. But you can see where like she is in service, Lawrence Wabash. So you kind of just judge where they're at. If you do put cookies up on the exchange, please try to remember to update this, because at some point in time in the program, when we're trying to search for cookies also and try to help troops, we go through this and try to pair people up, do troop to troop transfers instead of covered orders. So when we start seeing our cookie exchange get large, that's when we try to step in and try to get troop to troop transfers done instead of covered orders. Because we all would like troops to run out of cookies instead of being stuck with them at the end of the program. So that's the cookie exchange tab. And then everybody the booth recorder app. If you are using your own booth and it's not something that you have gotten from council, you would put your own booth in here, and then you would just do the booth recorder app. If you're using the new notebooks, and we kind of catered the new notepads that we created for all the troops off of this booth recorder. So it should be easy to completely move all the numbers over. We will find out why. If you put numbers here that's not going over into the gift to caring column, we will find out that why. But you would do that, and then you would click go to distribute. There's two ways you can distribute cookies. You can pick and choose. Hold on. You can deselect all the girls. Remove all charity items. Wonder if that's the box we need to do, Chord, with that troop. Remove all charity items. I might look at that 325's booth recorder.
That one wasn't marked when I looked at it.
Okay.
So is that the problem?
Oh, okay. Sorry. You would click which girls are going to be there at the booth. If you do want to change and what they get, if you want to manually enter what they get credit for, you would just put the down arrow. We suggest if a girl is at a booth, no matter if it's 1 hour or 3 hours, the girl is participating in the booth, just give them credit for what was sold at the booth, just evenly across the board, because everybody has different schedules, and the booth is a troop activity and not a single activity. But you can choose however you want to do that. But there's two different ways, either manually, or you can just let it auto distribute to everybody. And then you click save. And then, like we were showing you on some other ones, that booth recorder shows up. No, 151 didn't do booths yet. Hold on, I keep having to jump. Once you do a booth recorder sale, it will show up in the girls, it'll have the booth, the date of the booth, the time, and then what they get credit for, and it'll account for that money for those cookies. So everything should be accounted for you guys. So that's how you would read that the booth is there. Jordan and I pull reports at end every year that what is used for the booth recorder app. So please use that as much as possible because we can actually start doing better reporting down to you guys on how many average cookies can be sold at a Walmart. We'll be able to do that the more data we have. But that all gets pulled from this information where we can see kind of a higher traffic of, you know, if they're at a Walmart from 10 to 2 or from 1 to 4, which ones are having the higher traffic. So we can maybe see we need to change our hours of booth times and stuff like that. So the more everybody uses the booth recorder app or the booth recorder, the more data we'll be able to pass down in a couple of years to troops.
Hey, Katie, sorry, another question about booths. So we just had a booth and with the digital cookie, how it had it on there where you can put in the dollar amount that you got from digital cookie, $189 worth of payments. Yeah, right there, the digital cookie payment. So I put 189 in there.
Okay.
But I have $1,000 in cash that I went and deposited. Where do I record that cash in my booth sale? Like for my booth sale.
You wouldn't record it so much in here. This is just pull on your digital cookie because it's going to pull out of that troop sale at the troop site. But it should it would tell you that this would be your total sales. If this is what you got in digital cookie.
See, mine was only like $189. So then I went to the bank and I deposited my 1663 or whatever. But don't I need to record that now somewhere? Would that be on my troop site? Would that be a DOC thing?
No, that would just be on your site. You wouldn't record any of the cash.
Oh.
Yeah, because
Not
when
any
you
of
put in a booth sale, it automatically says that those cookies are paid for.
Okay, and then they allocated them correctly on mine, to all my girls. You know, they all got theirs, so that went through okay. And I only did the $189 that we took by Venmo, credit card, or whatever the digital cookie offered.
Digital cookie.
Okay, so I don't have to record that $1,600.
No, because they're gonna assume all the boxes that you recorded are paid for because it's a booth.
Yeah, right. Gotcha. Okay. Thank you.
Is that what you needed more for the other day?
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. I got busy yesterday.
You're totally fine. No, I know you guys are probably crazy busy. No problem.
Yeah, so it's showing like this is what your total sales is minus this. So that 1785 minus this would have been what you had in sale. Oh, the cash, which should have been the cash. Okay. Yep.
Yes. Thank you.
Yep. Please remember, troops coming up. This will be the first year we're going back to the second ACH. Please make sure that your parents are turning in cash. If you do have in sales or in-hand sales going out with your girls as soon as possible. We will be pulling reports on February. We're in February already. Hold on, I'll tell you what date we're going to pull reports.
February 17th.
We're going to pull a report on February 17th on what everybody owes. And it'll be 50% of what the troop owes that is going to get pulled on February 26th. So we're giving you guys like a week's notice before stuff gets sent over to the bank. But it'll be a 50% of what this balance is going to be pulled on February 26th. So if you have parents that have outstanding balances, that have in-hand cookies in hand, please make sure that you're getting them money turned in as soon as possible. If you have parents that have in-hand cookies and they're wanting more, please make sure that they're paying for the prior cookies, or at least a good portion of the prior cookies before you give them out more, just to help with some financials for your troop. Trying to think. Jordan, anything I've missed?
Not that I can think of.
Okay. Any questions for who's with us?
You guys will tell us when to like allocate like rewards and do all that. Or
Yes.
yeah, okay.
Yes. We'll do those. So we have the Zooms all set up to when they're timing of when the seasons are. So we'll have a reward one when it comes closer to that.
Perfect. Yeah, you guys have been great. Thank you.
Okay.
Katie, it's Rose. I have a question that I just got text by a leader that can't be on the call.
Okay.
He said, in DLC, is there any way to change a shipping order to girl delivery? I don't
Nope.
think so. Okay, I didn't think so.
Nope.
Okay,
And
thank
those
you.
shipping orders are getting shipped out within a day of the order being placed, and we can't stop them.
Okay,
Yep.
thank you.
Yep. If there is, just because it's been asked, since caregivers have 5 days to approve an order, and then if the order doesn't get approved, it goes to the consumer's secondary choice, because the consumer has to choose two options or a backup option if it doesn't get approved for girl delivery, and most of the time it's donation. If that happens and the consumer really wants those cookies, call us, because we can go in and cancel and refund the donated order, but the consumer will have to go back in and do a new girl delivery order. But those are the only ones we can change.
Hey, Katie, it's Trisha. You're gonna check on those BFI orders for me, right?
The which ones?
The BFIs.
Yes.
That way, or BIF, sorry. So
Yep,
that way
we are
I'll
going
know.
to check on those ones.
Okay, so then that way I can just, if they will force over, then I don't have to put just weekend, because that's how I
Yes.
have them noted, it's just weekend. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. No, we will check on that one and look into it
Okay, thank you.
tomorrow on why that didn't go through right.
Yeah, I mean, it's out there, it's allocated to my girls, so it's not a dire thing to do, but if we could just figure it out, that way I know if I need to change it. Thank you.
No problem.
Katie, do you want to mention the importance of receipts?
Receipts. So this year, I'm sure some people have noticed that we have not been hounding for permission slips. For the cookie program, we didn't do it in the fall, and we don't have to do it in the cookie program. The receipt books this year that came from Little Brownie, we finally, someone had the great idea of putting the statement on the receipts, that whoever is signing the receipts, that they are the ones responsible for the funds. If there is some sort of financial issue with the caregiver, at the end of the program, if I do not have a receipt, I cannot do anything with it. So please make sure you have receipts. I suggest if you have money bags, even one of the new money bags that we gave out, put in your money bags an envelope for each girl. And when you're writing a receipt, put that receipt inside an envelope for each girl inside that money bag. Because after a while, if the yellow receipts start rubbing against a lot of other things, they start getting hard to read. But that receipt is what I have to have. If you do the electronic receipts that we have on Jot form, those are you can use those too. Those are covered under coverage for any collection issue or unpaid balance issues that we have, but receipts have to be filled out. Receipts for money exchanging hands and receipts for cookies exchanging hands. Otherwise, we cannot do anything about it. That is mine. Can't do anything about it. Other than that, I hope everybody's having a really good cookie season so far. Anybody want to share how's cookie season going besides what I've talked about tonight? Is everybody having good season?
People do not even care that they cost $7. I will tell you that. We were anxious about it, and people will just pay it. They don't
Yep.
care.
Yeah, same. I haven't been getting very much negative as we kind of were anticipating either, so that's great.
Good. Good. I hope we don't have to do this again, but I'm hoping we're here at this price for a couple years because I would like that.
And
But I'm
thank you
glad
for
no one's
thank
getting
you.
headaches.
Thank you, Jordan and Katie, for all you do. I know it's been a hard cookie season for you too. So I won't go into any more details than that, but thank you for all you do.
We enjoy it. We do this for you guys. That is what we do. If there's nothing else and nobody has any extra questions, we can close this early. But again, we will record this. It is recorded. We will share this. I will probably see if we can have our marketing team put it on the website under the cookie program, where our newsletters sit. So everybody can have back to this because this seems to be the one topic everybody needs help with every year. And if you ever need us, all you have to do is call us. We're here to help you.